football season is here. We went past week 0. We're headed toward week 1. We got a lot of weeks on Mondays. Well, we're going to be talking to this guy. He's the head football coach of your UTSA Roadrunners. Jeff Traylor joining us this morning. Coach, welcome aboard, man. How you feeling today?
I'm doing awesome, man. Thanks for having me on.
Good to see. Good to hear from you again, Coach. Well, I know I talked to you media day, but good to hear from you again.
Now, Coach, as you wake up on a Monday morning game week, and certainly everything in front of you, and the bull don't care, as we've been told, tell us about your team and what's your thoughts, and tell us where you are today as opposed to where you were a year ago today.
Well, last year was very unique just because we had 21 starters returning out of 22. We had a very successful season where, we weren't predicted to do very much, and we shocked a lot of people, had a really good year. So this year it's a little more normal because you usually lose some players, right? So we got 6 starters gone on defense. They're all very good players. We lost, probably the face of the franchise in Sincere McCormick. We lost the starting offensive Spencer Burford left tackle. So we lost some really key pieces, not to mention we lost one of the best kickers in the history of our program in Hunter Duplessis. So a lot more question marks this year. And the opponent, is, the preseason Cincinnati in the G5 predicted to go to the Cotton Bowl. So what a great opportunity we have. We'll find out a whole lot more about ourselves at 6 o'clock Saturday. And I know y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want me to be able to tell y'all everything's just going to be fine. But you just don't know till you really go out there and just put that ball down and kick it off.
No, you know what, Coach? Actually, on this side of the glass, you kind of understand that. Like now for the diehard birds up people, like if you say anything kind of like not in a positive, like, hey man, we got to let this play out. This is a tough start to the season. They're the hunted. They come after me, man. I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to have the proper fear. And man, them diehard birds uppers, they don't want to hear any negativity. They got 12-0, Coach. So good luck with that.
We've been blessed to have won a lot of ball games, right? So that gets the fans excited, which is what you want. But sometimes you got to take a 10,000-foot view of this deal and look at those first 3 games and go, man, we got to make sure we're coming out of this thing healthy with some type of confidence, because we all know those last 8 are the most important 8. Not saying this first one's not important, because let's just say we go shock the world and we upset Houston, then we get in that conversation of that G5 team. So we understand what an unbelievable opportunity we have. We also understand how good Houston is, and this is going to be a formidable task because they've got so many players returning, and they lost some good players too now. It's going to be a heck of a ball game Saturday.
Coach Jeff Traylor joining us here on San Antonio Sports Stars. We get ready for the Houston Cougars coming to San Antonio here up on Saturday. Get ready to pack the dome and fill up that tailgate back in parking lot B, as we were just talking about. The 210. Who have you guys voted for captains yet? Are we all set up with that?
Yes, sir. We are. And the 2 on offense, it's Josh Cephas, who was in it last year. The 1 is JT Clark, who's worn number 88 the last 2 seasons. And the 0 is Frank Harris, who got every vote from the whole coaching staff and every player. Defensively, number 2 is now Corey Mayfield, our corner. Number 1 is Trevor Harmonson, number 15, inside linebacker. And the 0 is Rashad Wisdom. Again, received every vote from the entire coaching staff and team. And what's cool about that is, Frank being from Clemens and Rashad being from Tom Burch Judson. It's just what an unbelievable opportunity we have to show off 2 of the best players in our city and in the state of Texas.
But, Coach, I mean, of course, you got those 6 guys. But who have you also seen, there can only be 3 on each side, but who else has stepped up into that leadership role that's not necessarily in the 2-0, but clearly a leader for you on either side?
Well, we had some guys, that did not want to give up their jersey number because they've been in it, like Zakari Franklin, number 4. He had like all those Oscar Cardenas had number 9. Those guys had just as many votes as those guys did. They just didn't want to give up their numbers.
Gotcha.
Brendan Brady, number 5. Our running back who decided to come back, thank goodness, is another great leader for us. Our offensive line's returning, 4 starters. Maka at center, 3-year starter. Right tackle, Mekhi Hart, now 3-year starter. Right guard, Kevin Davis, 3-year starter. Left guard, Terrell Haynes, 3-year starter. So we're really counting on our bigs up front. to be able to continue to run the ball successfully.
I guess, I mean, how has your life changed as a coach with NIL? Like, what is it like, literally like walking into living rooms now with NIL? Like, do people just get straight to it? Like, how much?
You
like,
want the honest answer. I want the coach talk.
No, coach. I want the. I couldn't imagine.
Coach talk is. I love this opportunity. This is so fun. Can't be a dinosaur. We don't want to be extinct. Real
Right.
talk. It's an absolute beat down. It's an absolute. Yeah, they get right to it, and you're not supposed to be able to talk about it in recruiting. It's just it's against the rules, right? But that's what everybody's talking about. So I've got 85 players that won me a conference championship that I'm busting my tail every day for, to trying to get boosters, businesses to help out our own kids. I'm just not going to go out there. One, I'm not going to break the rules. But two, I'm not going to promise a bunch of, high school kids that haven't done anything yet. Come earn it. Come to the 7th largest city in the country. Show the city how great of a player you are. I promise you, we got enough boosters. We'll be able to take care of you here in San Antonio, but I'm not in the business of breaking the rules or handing out money before you do anything.
I hear you. Great
man,
answer,
a
Coach.
minefield we're walking through. Jeff Traylor joining us here. Now let's talk about things that matter. How long have you guys been practicing for Houston? I mean, obviously, this week will be kind of focused, but I mean, at what point did you start looking at Holgerson and everything and having your guys get ready for it?
Oh, when one of y'all asked me about that bowl loss against San Diego State, and I said, I got to get Frank Harris ready, right? We've been working on him since then. So, no kidding, no foolishness. I'm being serious. We've had this the first game, right? We knew it was coming, and we've been preparing for this for a long, long time. What's unique about college football that I don't think people think about very much, when you play high school ball, you've got scrimmages, right? When you play in the National Football League, you've got preseason games. College, it's very interesting. You don't have that. You just banging on each other since that bowl game. We've just been beating up on each other.
Right.
No opponent other than your very first opponent, which is very different than high school and NFL.
And so I saw your tweet this weekend, Coach. Explain to me and to the listener, why is it that you couldn't attend that great triple header that we had in high school football this Saturday down at the Dome? What's the rule state? Like, why couldn't you be there?
Well, NCAA, until you play your first game, your coaches can't get out and go recruit and watch high school games, which is, I can't say more than that. I'll be getting in trouble.
Let us say it. That's the dumbest damn thing I've ever heard.
Rule. That rule book, we need to rewrite that thing.
Well, that's what's happened, right? Then literally, that's what's wrong right now. We've got a book that's so thick that has so many things that really don't pertain to what's wrong with college football. Why would you not want your local college in the Alamodome watching all those great teams and great players? Instead, I'm having to watch on a TV at my house and text players and take pictures of the TV and show them that I'm watching them.
Wow.
Instead of just been standing there watching them. My God.
Are you serious? Yeah, because I saw your tweet. I was like, wait, he can't go. Like, he can't be around 16. We're trying to build a fence here. Does the NCAA not know that? And those were 3 games, by the way.
I put it out because I wanted to make sure everybody in the city knew I wasn't just being lazy. I'd love to be at the game. Trust me, you don't want to go to games when you come off a losing season. When you just had a conference championship and you won 12 games, you want to be on the sidelines. If I ever go 4-8, God forbid, that's what I don't want to be on the sidelines.
Coach Jeff Traylor, not on the sidelines, but working hard as we get ready for Houston on Saturday. It's not easy. It's going to be a tough month as you guys kick off, and with all the accolades that all that come, great expectations around the corner. Are you obviously it's a week-to-week kind of thing, as it is with every football season. But as you kind of look down the schedule, is there anything?
Pillar violation.
Well, I got to do it. It's the first week of the season for us too, right? So I got to violate one of our pillars. Is there any team that maybe circled up in front of you that you're kind of looking at already?
I just think it's dangerous, and this is no coach talk. This is real talk. Right. If you look at all 3 of those teams at once, that's pretty imposing. Yeah. Well, I just think it's very smart. We just try to take them literally one at a time. But that's a lot. Those are 3 very, very good teams in a row, and I'm I have the fan in me as well now. I got to put my head coach ball cap on and stay focused on what we have right here. That's pretty intimidating. Let's be honest. The last 2 seasons, we started out 3-0 both times.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got the fan base really excited. It's got our media very excited. I don't think there's anybody in the country that's going to place a bet that the Roadrunners are going to be 3-0 after that dawning of a schedule. If you do it one at a time, you got a chance. You take on all 3 at once, we're a guaranteed 0-3.
You know, I don't care who it is, UTSA, Alabama, Clemson. That first 3 is a murderer's row for anybody in the country. Anybody in the country. But this is what I will say. They got to play y'all too. And I watch Frank closely. I went to every game. We watched him every game. And with that receiving core and with Frank's ability to never quit, Houston, Army, and Texas got their hands full as well. That's I'll say that for you.
Well, I won't back off of that. You'll never hear me not say we don't have a good team.
Right.
What you're going to hear me say a lot of this year, it'll be interesting to see if our record reflects how good of a team we really have, Rudy. And I'm not there's no coach talk there. It's straight talk. We've got to replace some key pieces on defense. We feel like we've gone and done that, recruiting and developing our own current players, but we still got to go see. I know we'll be very battle tested and we'll know where we are after those first 3. I just hope we're healthy, Rudy.
Right.
That's 3 really, really good teams. I want to be healthy coming out of those first 3.
That bull don't care, as we've been told.
Absolutely.
Coach Jeff Traylor, UTSA Roadrunners, joining us for his weekly. Hey, we're looking forward to the Houston Cougars. If you're not out supporting, I don't know what you're doing. Be out there, be at the stadium in the Alamodome all day Saturdays. We get birds up, taking on them Cougars. Hey, Coach, it's a pleasure. We're excited about this season. We can't wait to do it. Let's just go do it.
You mind if I make one more comment?
Go.
Sure.
There's no way we beat Western Kentucky to win the championship and UAB to win the West without that crowd. They were literally the difference in the ball game. We have a top 25 team coming to play the conference champion UTSA Roadrunners Saturday. Man, come support these kids. They're wonderful kids. We need you in the crowd, and it's going to be a heck of a ball game Saturday. Appreciate y'all. God bless and birds up.
We got your back, Coach. Thank you.
Got your back. We'll be there. And you know what? I really feel like in San Antonio, we're the kind of prove it, show us. UTSA shown us. I think everybody, including Coach Traylor, is going to be surprised at how attendance goes this year. I think it'll be up. I'm almost positive it'll be up because he's built a winner. San Antonio likes winners. We've gotten spoiled. And after what they did last season, I'm going out on a limb and saying attendance will be much better, and we're going to show up and show out Saturday against Houston. That's my guess.
And you look at what they're facing, Rudy. I mean, Houston, we've got Holgerson, and you know what Dana Holgerson and that offense does. They're going to be chunking it deep as much as they can. That's just what he does.
Right.
Then they've got to turn around and take on an Army team that might not throw the ball once.
Right.
And then they get Texas. You want to talk about a gauntlet that they're going through. We're going to watch this team grow in front of our eyes. So I don't know
what's going to happen in the first 3 games, but I know they're going to be much more prepared for Conference USA for it.
We're excited about it. Make sure you're buying those tickets. Get out there and get it. And if you don't have a UTSA t-shirt, put it on, own it, and let's celebrate what we got as football season is finally here. That was the first of Coach Traylor's weekly appearances here on San Antonio Sports Star. He'll be on with the Blitz Boys this afternoon as well as we prep for the Houston Cougars and the best team in Texas last year, UTSA.
You know what? Yeah.
Best team against best record against other
Baylor's
Texas
right
teams.
there with them.
Yeah, well, if you like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Just being honest.